how you guys doing. This is gonna be, I guess, I don't know if it's a review per se, but we had this new little like a little mini series on RuPaul. It's like the road to, you know, the Vegas Strip, where they're going to be giving us a little background breakdown till we get to RuPaul's Drag Race in Vegas. And I'm actually hoping to see this show. Everything, you know, got shut down with COVID and stuff, but I'm supposed to be going to Vegas in a couple of months, and I'm definitely going to be trying to get tickets. So I'll let y'all know how it goes if I get there, okay? But we have 6 former queens that are starring in the show. We got Vanessa Vanjie, Asia O'Hara, Derek Barry, Evie Oddly, Naomi Smalls, and Cameron, I'll give y'all her last name in a second. And so we see all of them getting ready and heading out to Vegas. So first we see Vanjie. Y'all know Vanjie is always on 20. It ain't even a 10, it's on 20. And what's funny was we see her packing and getting ready to go. And child, I knew her and Silky were good friends. Silky Ganache, also an alum. I knew they were good friends. What I did not know is that they lived on top of each other. Like, they live at the apartment right on top of each other is where they live. Child, I can only imagine their neighbors and what their neighbors deal with. Their doors are probably always open, waiting for the other one to show up. Like, it is a hot damn mess. Okay? A hot damn mess. So, they clearly are still really good friends. I mean, if you follow them on social media, you know they're still really good friends in real life. And they see her getting ready to go. Of course, they got to bring up Brooklyn, but we all know that that situation dead, died, done, rolled over under the grave, 12 feet under, okay? Not even 6 feet under. So we knew that by the time the reunion happened, that was dead. So Vanjie talking about something. So they're going to be in Vegas for 6 weeks, 6 months? 6 months. I think it's 6 months. I think it's a 6-month run. And they're on their way. We see Asia packing up her apartment. Asia is engaged. Her soon-to-be husband lives in Texas, so they're going to be trying to do this thing from, you know, Texas to Vegas, planning the wedding and doing all of that. So we have that. Cameron, whose name I don't remember, last name I don't remember, she also has a boyfriend. Well, she got a situation because she's not sure what her, she said, we don't have a label on it. Try not to put a label on it. So they got a situation. But he lives in New York. But he's cute, and it seems like he's down. Like, you know, we saw them talking on the phone. So it seems like it's not a one-sided situation. You know, definitely down for it or whatever. Evie Oddly and Naomi Smalls, we didn't really get a lot of them packing up their apartment and finding out about what's going on. And I don't know if we're going to find out more at a later episode, like they decided to split it up. Derek Barry lives in Vegas. Again, kind of knew that if you follow them. But what I did not know is that he's in a throuple. I knew he was dating Nebraska, but I didn't know it was a third boyfriend and that they all live together and they in a whole throuple. Girl, that was new to me. Now, what we found out is that they have been rehearsing in LA, but now they're actually in Vegas. They have 2 weeks to get all of the kinks out, to get all of their, you know, being on the actual stage at the Flamingo. They got 2 weeks to get it together, right? They have 2 weeks to get it all together. Now, sorry. So, okay, so we got that. So then we have, lost my total train of thought, y'all. Sorry. So once they got to Vegas, Jamal is choreographing it. Jamal, y'all know who I'm talking about. Jamal. I got 2 last names to give y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about, though. Y'all gonna put it in the comments. Even though I'm gonna tell you before this video's over, y'all still gonna put it in the comments, but whatever. So they so he's doing the choreography. Cameron Michaels, see, so that's 1 last name. And let me get y'all Jamal's in a minute. It's gonna come to me in a minute. So they're all performing. I mean, they're getting ready. Now Asia is actually narrating. She's narrating it. And what it is like a live version of what goes on, like sort of behind the scenes of RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a cute concept. And so all of the queens, they have to lip sync for their life every night. And maybe every night is different. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have guest judges. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, whatever. So what they find out is they're there that first day. Of course, their rehearsals are all over the place because it's the first day and they're nervous and they're, practicing in a studio in LA is not the same as being on the actual stage in Vegas, And they find out that the next day RuPaul is going to actually be there in the audience to see the full rehearsal. And they were like, bitch, what? Because what? So they're they're instantly nervous because they're like, we not ready for RuPaul. Like, we already know how Ru roll. We ain't ready for RuPaul. Like, what? We're ready for that. But we see them going through. We see all of them struggling to a certain extent. We didn't see Vanjie struggling a whole lot, but we saw Cameron struggling. She's got a part where she has to, tango, and she is just not getting it. Asia is stumbling through her dialogue. Who else? Somebody else was sort of struggling a little bit. Derek Barry has this whole entrance where he jumps from the ceiling and comes down, and he's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, but then he does it, So what we find out is that night, I guess Derek, since he's the only one that actually lives in Vegas, invited everybody to come over his house, meet his boyfriends, and get to know each other, whatever. There obviously was some sort of like situation that happened where Derek decided he wanted to clear the air with Naomi Smalls because on their season, him and Naomi, for whatever reason, they clashed heads, they didn't get along, and he wanted to clear the air. I just feel like at a certain point, what is there to clear? Like at a certain point, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like what are we talking about? That was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Why are we still having a conversation about something that happened forever ago? I'm confused in it. I'm confused in it with the whole thing, So what happens is, Naomi and Derek, I feel like Naomi and Derek have sort of come to some sort of resolution maybe. And then Nebraska gets in it, and Nebraska starts going for Naomi, and Naomi is like, what? Like what? Like what? Like Jamal Sims, that's the choreographer's name. Like, you're coming for me about what? And the two of them end up getting into it, and Naomi was like, well, I'll just leave since you clearly don't want me here. And Derek was like, well, no, that's not it. I'm not saying I want you here. And Nebraska was like, I'm saying it. I don't want you here. I said, what? Now, it's still a reality show. There has to be conflict and drama. Like, everybody can't be getting along all the time. So I don't know how much of this is like, cooked up and how much of it is real. But there was just clearly that the conflict is just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So Ru comes through and she gives her notes, and I think that the notes she gave were very constructive. I don't think she said, I don't think she was rude about anything he said. Stuff like, Asia, you should know your dialogue by now. Well, Asia, you should. Y'all are 2 weeks in. Y'all been rehearsing. Why you don't know your dialogue? Cameron, you need to tighten up your tango. Well, you said that your dance up. You knew your tango was dirty. You wasn't switching it up good. Naomi Smalls missed a mark missed her mark one time. Okay, these are all constructive criticism, and I don't think anybody walked away feeling any kind of way. Like, I don't feel like anybody walked away feeling like, damn, that was brutal, damn, that was unnecessary, damn, he had to say it like that. I think everybody understood, and they got it. So, after the rehearsal's over, Ru wants to talk to Eviali by himself. And on his season, we found out that Eviali has a disease where he doesn't really produce a lot of collagen, which creates a lot of wear and tear on his bones. We saw during his season that he was hurt a few times, but he worked, he pushed through it. He worked through it, but he was hurt a few times. And, Ru asked him about it because he had hurt his ankle. you know, I think it was 50% concern for him and 50% concern for the show. He said, well, I need you to see a doctor. He's like, when's the last time you went to the doctor? He was like, about 10 years ago. He's like, do what? He said, I need you to go to the doctor. And Evie's thing was, I ain't been to the doctor because I don't want to hear what the doctor has to say. Because the doctor is going to tell me to stop doing drag. And that ain't what I'm trying to hear. He's going to, well, not stop doing drag, but stop pushing my body so much. Like, not be, because, you know, he does all sorts of stunts and swirls and all kinds of stuff. And I know that's what the doctor going to tell me to do. And if that's what the doctor said 10 years ago, I can only imagine what the doctor's going to say now. Rue was like, listen, I'm concerned about you, but I'm also concerned about the show. I can't put all of this money and everything behind you, and then you can't perform. And I got to bring somebody else in, because that's not fair to all the other performers, and that's not fair to you. So I don't know if Rue is going to have to get a clearance from the doctor before Evie Oddly can keep going, but they sort of left that there. Then we see where Derek says, listen, I don't really like how that whole situation ended at my house last night. They're doing a technical rehearsal, so they're in full makeup and everything. And he says, so after this, let's stay in drag, and let's go out for drinks. Let's go to the casino, let's gamble a little bit, and let's get in drag. And most of the, you know, everybody's like, cool, I'm down with it, you know. Vanjie was like, so is Naomi invited? And Derek gonna make a little smart ass, you know, joke about it, talking about some, well, I mean, if you just, you know, if you forget to text her, that'll be cool. Asia was like, forget to text her. Oh, and y'all know who else I saw in the, my girl was at the dinner at Derek Barry's house. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that Alyssa Edwards got into it with on her season. The black girl who was in Vegas, that did Vegas. Oh, I can see her face, but I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, she was at Derek Barry's house. You saw her like in the little background. So it was a little party. So Asia was like, you don't really want her to come. Like, don't try to clean it up now. You really didn't want her to come. But they do invite Naomi, and they all end up going. And they're having a good time. You know, they're having their drinks, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. And next thing you know, Derek Barry gets a text from Nebraska, basically, or a call from Nebraska saying, hey, I just finished with a photo shoot. Can I meet up with you guys? And Derek is like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I don't want no problems, because we're actually been getting along, and it hasn't been an issue, so I really don't want no problems. But I don't know how Naomi gonna feel about it. So they end up not telling Naomi that Nebraska's on the way. And the minute Nebraska gets there, Nebraska looks at Naomi and was like, what's she doing here? Bitch, what you doing here? You are an add-on. They were already gone out. They were already doing their thing. You weren't supposed to be there. So I'm sure that's what the big conflict is going to be this season. That's pretty much where the episode ended, with them in the casino looking like it's about to be a whole problem. I'm sure that's where next episode we're going to pick it up. So y'all know they had to add a little bit of drama. They had to add a little bit of yang, yang, yang. Y'all know they had to do a little something, something. So, child, we'll see what it is, how it is, and what it's going to be. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments.